Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Easy English for Beginners podcast. Welcome back to English Listening Channel. My name is John, and today I'm very happy to talk with you about a fun and simple topic, talking about your weekend. Why this topic? Because everyone has a weekend. We all love the weekend. It's a time to rest, relax, and do something we enjoy. In English, being able to talk about your weekend is very useful. You can talk about it with your friends, classmates, coworkers, or even in an English class. When someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you can smile and say something natural in English like, "It was great. I went to the park with my friends." Or, "It was relaxing. I stayed home and watched movies." In this podcast, we will learn one simple vocabulary to talk about your weekend, two easy grammar and past tense, because weekend is in the past, three sentences you can use in daily conversation, for listening and speaking practice with slow repetition. So, if you are ready, take a deep breath, smile, and let's begin together. Part 1. What is a weekend? Let's begin with a very simple idea. What is a weekend? A weekend usually means Saturday and Sunday. For many people around the world, these are days off from work or school. People often say, "I work from Monday to Friday, and I rest on the weekend." Or, "My weekend starts on Friday night." Weekends are special. They give us time to relax, spend time with family, or do fun activities. Let's practice saying a few sentences slowly. My weekend starts on Saturday. I like to relax on Sunday. I spend time with my family on the weekend. I don't work on the weekend. Now, I'll explain a little more. In some countries, the weekend may be Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday. It depends on culture and work schedules. But the idea is the same. It's the time for rest, family, and fun. During the weekend, people do different things. Some people stay home to rest. Some people go outside to enjoy nature. Some people meet friends, go shopping, or do sports. There are many ways to spend a weekend, and that's what we'll talk about next. Part 2. Common weekend activities. Let's learn about common weekend activities that people often do. We'll use easy English and simple sentences. Listen carefully and repeat after me when I pause. 1. Stay at home. Many people like to stay home and relax. It's nice to rest after working or studying all week. You can say, "I stayed at home. I watched TV. I cooked food. I cleaned my room. I listened to music." Example: on Saturday, I stayed at home. I cleaned my room and listened to soft music. It made me feel calm and happy. When you say stayed, remember that it's the past tense of stay. Let's repeat slowly. I stayed at home. I watched a movie. I cooked dinner. I listened to music. 2. Go outside. Other people like to go outside and enjoy the day. They want fresh air, sunlight, and activity. You can say, "I went to the park. I went shopping. I visited my grandparents. I went to a cafe. I went for a walk." Example: on Sunday, I went to the park with my family. We walked, played games, and had a picnic. It was a beautiful day. 3. Exercise or play sports. Weekends are also a good time to be active and take care of your health. You can say, I went to the gym. I played football. I went swimming. I did yoga. I rode my bicycle. Example, on Saturday morning, I went jogging near my house. The weather was cool, and it made me feel fresh and strong. 4. Fun or relaxing activities. We all like to have fun and relax during the weekend. You can say, I watched a movie. I read a book. I listened to my favorite songs. I played games on my phone. I cooked something special. Example, I stayed home and watched a funny movie with my sister. We laughed a lot and ate popcorn. 5. Meeting friends or family. The weekend is also a good time to spend with people you love. You can say, I met my friends. I visited my family. I went out with my parents. I had dinner with my cousin. Example, on Sunday evening, I met my friends at a cafe. We talked about work, laughed, and drank coffee together. It was a lovely time. Now, repeat a few lines together. I went to the park. I met my friends. I watched a movie. I stayed at home. I cleaned my room. You're doing great. Part 3. Using past tense. When we talk about our weekend, we're talking about the past, things that already happened. So, we use past tense verbs. Here are some common verbs and their past tense. Present past example. Go when I went to the park. Do did I did my homework. Eat ate I ate breakfast. See saw I saw a movie. Have had I had lunch with my family. Watch watched I watched a film. Now, let's make some full sentences. I went shopping on Saturday. I did the laundry. I ate noodles for lunch. I saw my best friend. I had a picnic with my family. I watched TV in the evening. Say each sentence slowly. This helps your pronunciation and rhythm. Part 4. Real conversation practice. Let's practice a few simple weekend conversations. I'll read both parts. You can repeat after me. Conversation 1. A. Hi. How was your weekend? B. It was great. I went to the park with my friends. A. What did you do there? B. We played football and had lunch together. Repeat slowly. It was great. I went to the park with my friends. Conversation 2. A. How was your weekend? B. It was okay. I stayed at home and watched TV. A. What did you watch? B. I watched a comedy movie. It was funny. Conversation 3. A. What did you do on Sunday? B. I met my cousin and went shopping. A. Did you buy anything? B. Yes, I bought a new t-shirt and some snacks. Conversation 4. A. How was your weekend? B. It was relaxing. I didn't go anywhere. I just rested and listened to music. Conversation 5. A. Did you go anywhere on the weekend? B. Yes. I went to the countryside to visit my grandparents. A. Wow, that sounds nice. B. Yes. The weather was fresh, and I helped my grandpa in the garden. Now you can practice by changing the sentences to your own real weekend story. Part 5. Tell a weekend story. Now, let's make a short story about your weekend. Here's an example story you can learn and then make your own. Example 1. My weekend was very nice. On Saturday morning, I cleaned my room and did my laundry. In the afternoon, I went to the market with my mother. We bought vegetables and fruits. On Sunday, I visited my uncle's house. We ate lunch together and talked for hours. I felt happy and relaxed. Example 2. On Saturday, I studied English for 2 hours. Then I watched a movie called Inside Out. It was very interesting. On Sunday, I went for a walk near the river. The air was fresh, and I took many photos. I really enjoyed my weekend. Now it's your turn. Think about your last weekend and say it out loud in English. You can start like this. On Saturday, On Sunday, It was a good weekend because. Part 6. Vocabulary and Meaning Review. Let's review some words and their meanings. Word meaning example. Weekend. Meaning Saturday and Sunday. Example. I love the weekend. Relax. Meaning to rest, to feel calm. Example. I relax at home on Sunday. Park. Meaning a green outdoor place. Example. I go to the park with my family. Picnic. Meaning eating outdoors. Example. We had a picnic near the lake. Movie. Meaning a film. Example. I watched a funny movie. Friend. Meaning someone you like. Example. I met my friend for lunch. Family. Meaning your parents, brothers, sisters. Example. I spent time with my family. Weather. Meaning condition outside. Example. The weather was sunny. Now repeat slowly. I relax on the weekend. I go to the park. I watch movies with my friends. I love spending time with my family. Part 7. Listening and Speaking Practice. Let's practice speaking together slowly. Repeat after me. My weekend was great. I stayed at home and cleaned my room. I watched a movie and listened to music. I met my friends at a cafe. I went shopping on Sunday. I felt happy and relaxed. Now let's say it a little faster. My weekend was great. I went out with friends and watched a movie. It was a lot of fun. Practice your own sentences 2 to 3 times. Speaking slowly helps your pronunciation. Part 8. Reflection and Motivation. Learning English is like growing a tree. You need to water it every day with small practice. Today, you learned how to talk about your weekend. That's one more strong branch on your English tree. You can now tell people what you did, how you felt, and use simple past tense. Remember, don't be afraid of mistakes. Every time you speak, you improve. Try this with your friends or teacher. How was your weekend? It was great. I went shopping and watched a movie. You're doing amazing. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep smiling. Ending. Thank you so much for joining me today on Easy English for Beginners podcast. You learned how to talk about your weekend using simple English sentences. Let's review what we covered. What is a weekend? Common weekend activities. How to use past tense. Real conversation examples. Vocabulary and pronunciation practice. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe and follow for more episodes. And next time, we will talk about another everyday topic in simple English. Until then, have a wonderful day and a happy weekend. Thank for support English listening channel. Goodbye everyone. See you next video.